Hey, it's Joe Amoia, and I've got another great smarter dating tip just for you. Now, before I give you the 3 reasons why I believe you should date more than one guy at a time, I want to expand on this concept a little because it's real important that you understand that there's a huge difference between dating a guy and being in a relationship with him. And if you follow these 3 tips, it will actually increase your chances of having a great relationship. So the first reason I believe that you should date more than one guy at a time is because it's going to prevent you from jumping into a relationship too soon. If you're like a lot of women, you've probably got this history. You meet a guy, you talk on the phone, you go out a couple of times, and boom, next thing you know, you're in a full-blown relationship. And then you wake up weeks, months, maybe years down the road where you realize, you know what, you should have never even gotten in a relationship with that guy in the first place. That he's not who you really thought he was, and that your emotions just clouded your judgment. So that's reason number 1. The second reason is that it will actually help you to screen men better. One of the things I hear from women all the time is, I want to be better at screening men. I want to be able to see the red flags. Well, when you date multiple guys, what you're better able to do is actually see those red flags and screen them. It's much more difficult to do when you just have that one option. And that leads us to the third reason. And that's because it helps you to manage your emotions better. See, I get it. We all want love. It's built into our DNA. And because of that, our emotions cause us to get carried away. You know, in the beginning, especially if there's this great chemistry, especially if he's really good looking, right? What happens is we get carried away. Our emotions take over. Our adrenaline, all that excitement kicks in. And so we're kind of blinded by love. And so what happens is that when the excitement wears off and reality kicks in and he disappears, or you realize he's not the right guy for you, if you've put all your eggs in one basket, what you realize is you've now got to go back all the way to the beginning and start all over again. So let me ask you a question. How does that feel? You've invested your time, your energy, your emotions, and it went bust. And now you've got to go back and do it again? That sucks. But see, if you're dating a bunch of different guys at one time and you're getting to realize who's the right guy for you and who's not, it's kind of like test driving cars. You want to take it out for a couple of spins to see if it's the right one for you, if you want to even consider making the purchase. Now, I will preface this by saying that I strongly believe that you shouldn't enter a long-term relationship if you're sleeping with a bunch of guys. I don't recommend sleeping with a bunch of guys. That's not what I mean. Dating is simply the test drive phase. And I think once you believe that there's this one guy that you're really interested in, and you cross that line with him, you have sex or you're intimate with him, that's the time where you go into a relationship. So what I want you to do is I want you to try this on. See if it makes sense to you. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. Remember, you know what's right and what's best for you. But I find that those women who adapt to this philosophy and really try it on actually find out that dating actually becomes easier and more enjoyable because it keeps them off that emotional roller coaster. Now, I know there's some of you saying 3, 4 at once. I can't even meet one. And I get that. I really get that. And we'll address that in future videos. And we got some really cool things on the horizon that will help you figure out what to do and where to go to meet the kinds of guys you're looking for. But I want you to try this on, because what you'll see is this whole dating thing isn't that difficult when you do it smarter. So I hope this helps. As always, love to hear your comments and feedback. We'll see you next time. God bless.